What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of this F1 2020 career mode. We are on the way to Formula 1. Obviously, we've got to stop off at Formula 2 first, earn a name for ourselves, and then get that coveted Formula 1 seat come next season. But Nicholas Latifi there in the garage had an awful time in France, just like ourselves. If you haven't seen what happened in France, do go check it out. It was definitely an interesting race, to say the least. There we are, getting a bit of consoling from our team manager, given how it went in France. Hopefully we can perform here at Red Bull Ring. It is raining for qualifying, so that's obviously not something we're quite looking forward to. It's supposed to dry out, but it is supposed to dry out in France, and look what happened there. Nonetheless, we do need to deliver here this weekend. We need to deliver and actually get some better points than we did in France. So obviously, as you can see, it is raining. It's supposed to dry out close to the end of the session, but we do want to get points on the board, time on the board even, just in case the rain doesn't let up as good as it is now. Schumacher is currently P2. Our first lap was only good enough for P4. We struggled through sector 1. We couldn't get the power down on the exit of turn 3, but nonetheless, we're definitely trying to power home and at least get a half decent lap time on the board again, just in case it just doesn't improve, which is obviously our biggest fear. We do manage to do a better sector 1 on the subsequently followed lap. Mick Schumacher still P2, Giotto P3, ourselves P4 for the time being. We're going to come across the line and we're going to set a purple time of a 19.4, just ahead of, you guessed it, Jordan King. Anyway, Jack Aitken and Hubert actually managed to do us through this period. So the rain's not actually come in as heavy as it was supposed to. Whether it's going to dry up as it was supposed to, I'm not sure. But you can see on the exit, and we replicate exactly what happened in France. We get on the exit of the curb. This time it was slightly different. It was on the sausage curb. Put the power down. At this point, the car's basically, it's just stuck on the curb, really. Obviously, the rear wheels just spin up, and that puts us in the wall. And for the second time in a row, we crash out in qualifying, and we can't finish the session, which obviously may put us down further than we probably would have hoped to be. But not a great start to our most important weekend here, the Red Bull Ring. Being Red Bull back driver, aiming for that AlphaTauri seat, putting it in the wall. That's not what we want. We need to have a better result here, especially in both races. Just kind of show we have what it takes to be in F1 and not get sent to the super formula like Yuri Vips. Nobody wants that. Straight into the F1 seat from F2. That is the dream. That's what we need. You can see we've got quite a bit of a gap to Jack Aitken in the drivers. So as long as we keep it on the island, we should be okay. But obviously, what fun is that? Who's going to sign a driver that just settles for points? We're not Valtteri Bottas. Love his helmet. Sent a little tribute on the back. Sergio Sette Camera, I believe that was. I couldn't think of his name for a second as the Austrian flag waves down on the Spielberg circuit. Jack Aitken on pole. Very good result for him. Hubert in P2. So definitely very good showing from those two drivers. Renault back drivers. Ourselves P3 ahead of Jordan King. Mick Schumacher P5. Again, if you didn't see in the last video, ignore Mick Schumacher in his Red Bull outfit. I'm sure to get comments about that in the bottom, but I've acknowledged it twice now. Maverick Raghunathan P17. You what? He was 8/10 faster than Sergio Sette Camera wearing a Senna helmet. But nonetheless, we have done the formation up. We are ready to make our mark here in Spielberg, show what we've got around this Red Bull Ring, and we are ready for the lights to go out in Austria, and we are underway already. Hubert, awful start. Aitken got a phenomenal start. Jordan King, once again, got a very good start, and I'm really tired of saying that. I'm going to hold it around the outside. Hopefully we don't get punted at turn 1 this time. We don't, which is awesome, so we can actually maybe fight for a race win here. Hubert is actually in the slipstream of Aitken. King is just ahead of our teammate Mick at the moment, so looking good haul of points here for Prema if it stays like this. Hubert and Aitken all slowed down coming into turn 3, but we're up behind the back of Hubert. Not even finished lap 1 at this point. And he's looking really, really slowly. We might go all the way around the outside if he leaves the door open, which he doesn't. But we're literally pushing him around this corner. So we're going to line him up for maybe a pass into turn 1. We get a great exit here. This track is just one of those tracks that we just have such a good flow around. And we're looking for a great move. We're going left, we're going right, back to the left-hand side. Maybe go around the outside of Hubert into turn 1. We get the outside line, straight onto the curb, and we are past the French driver. And that was a very, very good move from ourselves. Very early on, showing that we mean business here in this 20 lap race. Aitken will be our next target, as we try and get past him. And on the exact same lap, you can see we've got so much speed coming through here. We just close up through Sector 2. Sector 2 is really good for ourselves. We just managed to throw the car out wide, let it drift into the late apex, and we just close up to the back of Aitken. He's looking a lot more vulnerable than Hubert did, so if he's not careful, we might chuck it down his inside at turn 9, which is exactly what we're going to do, down before we even finish the lap. And we're going to get a fastest lap while passing the guy for the race lead. So we're going to come across the line, set a purple lap, of course, but we mean business. We are here for it, right? We're coming with clear intent. We're going to show Dr. Helmut Marko that we want that seat. We'll set another fastest lap here around this Red Bull Ring. We have got such good pace around here. It's actually disgusting. I don't know why. It's just one of those tracks that I'm just really, really good at. I really enjoy it. It's a short track. It's quite easy to lose time. It's quite easy to lose positions as well. I think that I showed that in other races that I've done around this track before, but it's just one of those races. Like, we're on lap 6 already. Not a lot's happened. I've got about 2.5 second gap to Hubert. We almost lose it on the entry to the pit lane, but are not slowing down enough. But we do manage to slow it down just in time for the pit limiter, as hopefully there's no dramas in the pit lane. We should manage to make it out A-okay. It's quite hard to put a gap in the first stint of the race for sure, especially, you know, managing the gearbox, which is something that hopefully has been fixed a little bit. After these videos have been obviously pre-recorded, I had these in an abundance, and as I go to finish recording off the next few races, which in fact will be the sprint race for the Austrian Grand Prix, hopefully the gearbox won't be a problem. I'll be able to push a little bit more on the gearbox and go a little bit more flat out, as opposed to just having to, you know, nurse the car around pretty much every single race. I think Monaco is a testament to that. Definitely really struggled, but, you know, speaking of the status quo, F2, you know, you make your first pit stop if you're leading at least. You come out P11, come across start finish line, assuming there's been no problems with your pit stop or your out lap. Come through to retake the lead. Hubert still P2, Aitken P3. It's going to be interesting to see where King comes out. If he comes out ahead or behind Antoine Hubert, it looks like he might come out just behind, which is obviously good for ourselves. We don't want Jordan King getting too close to Hubert. It's definitely not passing him at least, but literally nothing else happened. I just pulled the gap to Hubert, pushed a little bit to get the fastest lap, and you can see on lap 20 nothing happened. Obviously I got a decent gap to Antoine. King still in P3. I'm not sure what happened to Mick. I think Mick dropped out quite a few positions. He's behind Joe, I believe. He's had quite an interesting season so far, very up and down. He had a really bad race in France, and now obviously he's back up into P5, so fair play to him. But we've done the job here in this feature race. We did exactly what we needed to do, extending the final few corners. Who really cares, to be fair? We won the race fair and square. When I come across the line, we're not going to set a purple lap time, I don't think. We might have done, but it doesn't matter. We still had the fastest lap. We're going to shake our hand in celebration. That's how we do it round Austria. If we can get the job done tomorrow, then that would be even better. Zhou gets driver of the day. I disagree with that. I think we deserve that personally, but I'm probably a little bit biased in that regard. There is our team principal shaking hands with our race engineer on the pit wall, getting out there in our Red Bull suit. Our first race win with the Red Bull suit, Veloce logo being pointed to, as well as our beautiful helmet as well. But Harry Jacks there, still in the pit lane. Big shout out to Harry Jacks. He's been with us throughout the entire season so far, and he's definitely given us some good luck. Tatiana Calderon P8, so she'll be on reverse grid pole. It'll be interesting to see what she can do from that position. You never know, she may even surprise us. If she could get her first win of the season, that would be a phenomenal job from her. She's definitely been there or thereabouts this season. Definitely giving us a little bit of niggling issues, but we stand on the podium next to our rival Jordan King, Antoine Hubert, splitting us both, which is something you like to see. But we're going to celebrate that win massively, especially given what part of the country we are. Slam the champagne bottle just like Lando does, and yeah, we couldn't ask for a better weekend. Hubert literally pouring it down the back of us at this point, but yeah, fantastic job from ourselves and the whole team, to be fair. But again, we did actually improve on the final lap, which was pretty cool. But look at the standing, you can see we've got a 51 point gap now to Jack Aitken, and we've got a 66 point gap in the constructors. That's been it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, guys, bye bye.